Welcome to the video. This is feel good tip number 2 out of my series of how to feel good before you sprint. And I said before in my previous videos, feeling good before you sprint is far more important than feeling good after you sprint. Feeling good before you sprint really improves your performance, really improves the health and performance of your body. Your body kind of upgrades itself. So this is feel good number 2, feel good tip number 2, and this tip is breathing. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know the importance of breathing. I've got several videos on it, one of which you can watch here. The real reason breathing is so important is that it's the foundation for human performance. The human body wants to do two things: to breathe and to move, and without either it will die. So breathing is of utmost importance. The problem is today we live in a society that it's not conducive to optimal breathing, because today we live in a society that's full of things that are kind of fighting for our attention and are fighting for our attention. Once the artificial screens, the social media, the phones, where we're constantly bombarded with information, is overloading our minds. And when our minds get overloaded, normally the minds get overloaded with negative things, and this puts the body into a kind of fight or flight state or stress state. When we go into a stress state, our breathing gets shallower. This was normally fight or flight state, traditionally thousands of years ago, was to get away from something that was causing mortal danger, or something that an animal or something like, or another person who was going to kill you. And the fight or flight state was one of those things that heightened our senses, and our blood flowed to our muscles, away from our kind of rest and repair areas and into our muscles, so we could fight or escape. But constantly nowadays in our society, we are getting that same response all the time, constantly, chronically throughout the day. And the body is kind of identifying that each challenge that we have throughout the day as one of these fight or flight states that previously, years and thousands of years ago, was more involved with kind of mortal danger stuff. So when we have that, the body never repairs itself. It never drops down to a relaxed state. It's constantly up and down. One of the biggest things is the computer screens, the artificial screens. Now the information that we get constantly into our minds is bombarding us, taking us into this stress state, taking us into a stress state that causes shallow breathing. And when we've got shallow breathing, normally in long term, when this is chronic, oxygen is starved from the muscles. So the muscles are starved of oxygen, I should say. When that happens, your body goes into it loses energy. The body goes into a compromised state and our muscles start to switch off because of this, and we get compensation patterns. So basically, not only we're doing breathing wrong, whatever your age, this is whether you're young or old, our muscles switch off because of this world we live in, this constant stress state. So breathing has become more important nowadays than ever before. And if you learn to breathe properly, or relearn to breathe properly, because when we were babies, we had it perfectly, breathing was perfect. But because of the challenges we have, constant challenges, our breathing has been compromised chronically. So we need to rediscover the breathing process for your human performance to feel good. Once you breathe properly, you can actually, there is more energy to the muscles, and basically when there's no more energy to the muscles, your body will feel alive, it will feel good, it feel energized, and you feel that kind of calmness and peace that you need to perform at your best. Whether you like it or not, we are at our best when we're calm and at peace and in a flow state. That's when our body will perform for us. And we need to use breathing to do that. And breathing is one of the easiest ways to do that. So one of the things I suggest you do is go and explore breathing. Again, you can go and watch my breathing that I put on previously about breathing. That's going to give you a more kind of universal way of breathing, which is basically two-thirds breathing into your belly and 1/3 into your chest. There's also this video here where it goes over my individual way of breathing, which is slightly different. You go away and explore diaphragmatic breathing. I don't think I've got a video on that. Pure diaphragmatic breathing, which is just basically breathing, nothing in the chest, just breathing through the belly. Go and explore it. Go and find the right way to breathe for you. I think for most people, diaphragmatic breathing is somewhere to start, and you'll feel the benefits of it. And once you do 20 diaphragmatic breaths lie down, do 20 diaphragmatic breaths every day, or before your training session, or before your competition. This puts your body in a heightened state, a more energized state, where you feel good. If you're in a relaxed state, you feel good and you feel energized. And one of the best things about when you're breathing properly is when you breathe properly, you're using the full lung capacity, but you're pushing down on the diaphragm. That's going to massage the psoas muscle, which is a very important muscle to the hips. So essentially, if you want to have less compensation and you want your hip strength to be at its best, you want your hip flexibility to be at its best, breathe deeply, because the psoas, which is basically that messenger to your hips, to your muscles and hips, like the glutes. If you're a sprinter, if you're a runner, you want your glutes to be in prime condition. It can't do that if the psoas is not getting engaged and is still. And it's one other thing, the psoas is extremely responsive to stress. It tightens under stress. If it's tight, then you hamper the glutes. That's a simple factor. So for many reasons, for energy, for oxygen to get to the muscles, you need to breathe properly. For your hip muscles to function, your glutes to function properly, you need to breathe properly, so the psoas gets engaged, gets lengthened, so the glutes can fire. So from all that perspective, breathing is of utmost importance. Go and watch my videos on it. Go and explore diaphragmatic breathing. Go and lie down before the training. As I say, do 20 diaphragmatic breaths and you'll feel the difference, and you'll feel relaxed and feel energized, and you'll feel powerful, and you'll feel at peace. So hopefully that video gives you a clear indication about breathing. Go and try it, do it every day, make it a habit, and I'll see you in the next video.